But first, we are back with Peter Schiff, president of Europac, and Lansing Mayor Virg Bernero, and we are taking your calls. Linda in California, your thought or question, man?
I feel like General Motors, Chrysler, and Ford should have to eat this. I know that as a veteran of the United States Army, I've worked hard all of my life. I can't even get my benefits, but these people are spending billions and billions and billions of dollars on these corporations who have gotten themselves in this shape. We didn't put them in that shape. Then you can't turn around and get credit. You can't buy the cars. You can't get credit. You can't get money. You can't make money. It's a vicious cycle.
Linda, go ahead.
The point is everybody forgets if we're going to bail out General Motors, if the government is going to redirect capital to the auto industry, how many companies are they going to destroy in the process? Who's going to be denied capital because the government is directing it to Ford and General Motors? Remember, the government doesn't have any money. They only have the money that they take from somebody else. So we end up punishing or destroying a profitable business in order to subsidize a non-profitable business, and other people lose their jobs in order for people in Detroit to keep their jobs.
Well, the other problem, Virg, is that we have to find credit so that people can buy cars, because right now the cars are there, but there isn't credit. In the testimony today, 30 people went into one dealership, according to the testimony today, and all 30 were turned down for financing.
There's a good reason for that. Americans, we've bought too many cars over the years. That's the problem. We have to stop buying cars. We have to drive the cars we have. We need to make cars and export them. Americans shouldn't buy new cars until they have enough cash to pay for them without resorting to financing.
Mayor?
If Peter and you guys are done with your theorizing, I'd love to give you a little dose of reality. Linda, first of all, great, thanks for giving me an opportunity. Linda, first I want to say thank you for your service to our country. I appreciate it very much, and I appreciate your patriotism. And a little patriotism in the economic markets would go a long way, too. To listen to the theory of a guy like Peter, a former Wall Street wizard, one of the guys that helped bring us to this condition, it's very interesting. But the reality is that, unfortunately, Peter, we don't live in this perfectly balanced free market world system. So the beautiful theoretical system that you'd like to establish in the United States doesn't work in a global economy where we have a completely unequal playing field. So when you talk about the government robbing from other people, which is total bull, in order to save the auto industry, the reality is
these,
can I just finish? I'll just be quick. Let me finish. We're competing against other countries, Peter. The problem is these companies aren't competing in a pristine capitalist free market environment that you envision in your head. This is an uneven marketplace.
Why isn't Toyota and Honda facing bankruptcy? Why isn't Toyota and Honda facing bankruptcy?
For one reason, they have the total support of their government.
Oh, that's
For one
nonsense.
Reason, they have, it is? They have national health care. Is that a figment of my imagination?
All right, we got to get to another call.
Subsidized, their currencies are manipulated.
Look,
give me a break.
I
Wake up and get in the real
free
world.
Market, but
you ought to get out of your ivory tower and see what's happening in the real world.
Yeah, all right. I know what's happening in the real world.
Time out, gentlemen. We've got a call. We got these callers waiting. Kent in Michigan, your question or thought, sir?
Okay. Am I there?
Yes, you are.
Okay. I would just like to say this. I think our Congress needs to quit picking on the auto executives. Flying.
Are you an auto executive?
Absolutely not. I'm a part-time retired, not a very wealthy guy. But I will tell you, I did buy some GM stock a couple days ago because I think we need them, and I think they will do right by it. But my point is I get awful upset when I hear the Congress dictating to these auto execs what exactly they have to do to justify this loan. Loan, I say. They gave, $350 billion to the financial industry and never...
All right, but, this is the whole question.
Shouldn't have done that either.
Is it really a loan? I mean, usually with a loan you have collateral or your mom has to co-sign it. Something.
Now, look, the government, first I said, the government doesn't have any money. They have to guarantee the loans, so they have to take it out of the economy. But they shouldn't have given Wall Street a quarter. You bought stock, the caller bought stock in General Motors with his own money. I've got no objection to that. But I don't want the caller buying stock in General Motors with my money. I want to make my own decisions.
But the fact is the government did bail out Wall Street.
And they shouldn't have.
Billions and billions of dollars with no strings attached. You know what? I'm not even...
Guess what? We got to go to break.
Time out.
I'm going to be taking your calls on the bailout next. Plus, is the Victoria's Secret fashion show yet another... Back with Peter Schiff, president of Europac, and Mayor Virg Bernero of Lansing, Michigan. And we're taking your calls. Donna in New Mexico, your thought or comment, man?
Well, I'd just like to say I'm not impressed with them driving down in their hybrids. Give me a break. They just didn't want to get caught in the hot seat again. And are they going to sell those company jets? Are they going to forgo their bonuses? One of these guys is the ex-CEO of my company, and all he did for us was continue to take money away from us and put it in his own pocket until we got rid of him.
Oh, are you talking about Mr. Nardelli? All right. Well, anyway, she raises some really good points.
She raises the point is about corporate culture, but the corporate culture that's gone bad isn't just in the auto industry. And I'll stack up the of course there needs to be, of course the jets need to be sold, and we need to change corporate culture across the board.
Well, they're going to sell the jets.
But I will stack up the production of the American automobile industry against that of Wall Street. Well, guys like Peter come from there, and Washington any day of the week. This industry has helped produce the middle class in this country. They have a great record of success, and they're worthy of our support.
You keep raising the straw man. I was completely against the Wall Street bailouts from day one. I agree. Every Wall Street firm should be allowed to fail. There shouldn't have been one dime for Wall Street. But two wrongs don't make a right. Well, and on top of that, we do not want the government dictating to our automobile industry what cars they should make and how they should make them.
Well, I disagree. I think we should dictate and say all electric. Switch over. Get rid of the SUV.
Money.
And
it's like letting the post office or the Army make our cars. The government is incompetent.
I've read some of Peter's stuff. I've read some of your stuff, Peter, and I'm surprised that for a guy who's for production, that you would allow our manufacturing prowess and research and development to fall by the wayside with the apex of our manufacturing process.
I want to free it up. It's being stifled by incompetent management, by big labor unions.
All right, time out, gentlemen. We got to go to a call. Jerry from South Carolina. Your question or thought, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I've seen on 60 Minutes where the CEO of General Motors his salary this year will be $16 million. Your average worker makes probably less than $30,000.
Well, let me just say this. First of all three big three CEOs are working for $1 a year. But there have been articles that I've read that say, there are other ways to get money. The stock options, the retirement plans, the golden parachutes. There are so many ways, Peter, for them to walk away with money. And, of course, they've walked away with millions in years past.
I'm not going to sit here and hear the auto industry execs thrown under the bus when this culture of corporate greed has permeated and nobody had any problem with it. And that's been for years. Well, I did too. But let's not single out the auto industry. Obviously, that's a problem. And obviously, if they're taking public money, they're going to have to give that stuff up, and we should change it. What we're talking about is a viable automobile industry for years to come.
It's not viable. If they were viable, they wouldn't be asking for money.
Well, guess what?
And if we bail out Detroit, who's next?
We're done, but we're not done. We're going to be back tomorrow discussing this again. Please come back and get angry again. Thank you so much.